Welcome to the Double EP, featuring Crystal Basement Comedy Troupe, Taya Nicolic, and Jody Hawk. Our featured artist of the week, The Love Machine. And of course, our lovely hosts, Denis de la Violette and Kitty Kamenyeki. And don't forget our weekly contest. And now it's time for the Double EP.
Welcome to another edition of the Double EP. My name is Denis de la Violette.
And I'm Kitty Kamenyeki, and today in the studio we will be interviewing two members of the Crystal Basement, as well as our featured artist of the week, The Love Machine.
So it promises to be a great episode, so let's get things started. We have in the studio today the lovely Taya Nicolic and Jody Hawk from Crystal Basement. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So tell us, what is Crystal Basement?
Well, Crystal Basement is an improv comedy troupe in town, and it's been going for how many years?
Over 20.
Over 20 years. And, we do private gigs, corporate gigs. We do a public show the last Tuesday of every month, except September. September's Wednesday this September. But the last Tuesday of every month is normally our regular show.
Basically, what we do is we take improv, sketch comedy, twisted tunes, we mix them all together and throw them at the audience.
So how did you get started with this whole genre of performing?
Well, originally I was in an improv team in high school, and the drama teachers at the time weren't really interested in pursuing improv at the school. It just wasn't really a big thing at the time. They were more focused on the high school musicals and different things like that. So I took it upon myself to actually sort of form a team and coach a team. And then when I graduated the next year, I went back and actually coached the team so I could continue to do improv with them. And after that, there was really nothing to do for people that were out of high school and that sort of setting. So I decided to try and set up a team with a couple other friends of mine. And there was about 5 or 6 of us to start off. And we started playing at a place called Peter's Pantry, which no longer exists, but that's over in, used to be in the Lincoln Fields area, Britannia area, for anybody that's
That was there a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, yeah. I'm not sure what it is now. I think it's an Italian place or something like that, anyway, near the Walmart at Lincoln Fields. And we performed there for about 3 months, and that went really well. And then they decided that they just wanted to put pool tables in the basement and have that going on instead of bands and instead of things like that. So we, a few years later, we did corporate gigs and private parties and stuff, but we started a gig at a place called Perfect Strangers, which used to be on Rideau Street. It was an upstairs club. And we did a very long running show there. We were there for about 3 or 4 years, and we were there every week.
Excellent.
And we got a little bit of following going on there. And then the sort of third incarnation of Crystal Basement started about 6 years ago at the Atomic Rooster. A gentleman that was a bartender there at the time saw me working at my day job at the comic book shop on Bank Street, and he used to come see us all the time at Perfect Strangers, and he loved our show, and he said, how would you guys feel about coming down and doing a show at the Atomic Rooster? So I went down and I checked it out, and it looked... There's a couple things in my mind. I said I did not want to be doing a basement show, and I did not want to be doing an upstairs show. I kind of thought we'd evolved beyond that we, nice place, ground floor, good food, went to check it out. Tay and I had dinner there.
Yep.
It was very good, and I said, this is a place that I could invite my parents to come see a show.
Great.
So at that point, I was like, sure, we'd love to come on, and we started doing a monthly show, and that was about 6 years ago now, so we've been there quite a while, and we have a good relationship with the owner there, and I think he likes that he has all kinds of stuff going on at his place. He has karaoke, he has bands, he has comedy, he has art shows. He likes having everything going on in his club, so it's cool, it's fun.
That's
Excellent.
really awesome.
Excellent.
So, we understand that you have quite a few members in your troupe, some of them rather famous Ottawa locals, such as director Brett Kelly.
Yes.
Tell us, who else do you have, and how do you come about getting new members and whatnot?
Well, the other members that we have currently right now on our roster, the other one is Trevor Payet, who actually works with Brett on a lot of the pictures that Brett does, writing, I believe, and he does act in them as well. And our newest member is Mike Kosawan, who actually is also part of Grimprov, which is another improv troupe in town. And we actually brought on Mike because Trevor had moved away for some time, and Brantford?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
it was.
mixed up
It was
Brampton
a
and
long.
Brantford,
I think it was. Yeah, I think it's Brantford, and that's like the 8 hours away town. Anyway, so a little bit of a commute to come from Brantford to here. He used to live in Kingston, and he would make the trip out to do our show, and then he moved out too far. So, and we spent a lot of time having guest artists come in and help us out because having a troupe with just 3 people, it's hard, because then you're basically doing the entire show as opposed to having some breaks and having some variation. And then we decided that Mike had played with us a couple of times, that worked really well, and that he worked very well with us, and we decided to bring him into the Crystal Basement team, and now he's there, and Trevor's back, so now we're 5, so it's good. It's a nice strong team. We all have our different strengths, and it's a fun group of people to hang out with.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, I understand you're going to ComicCon.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, Crystal Basement sort of, how many years ago? I think it's 3 years ago that we started.
yeah.
At Halloween, we started doing a Star Wars improv show where all of the suggestions that we asked from the audience be Star Wars related. And it went off like gangbusters. It was really great, really popular. People were really excited about it coming back. And we decided, we were actually approached by ComicCon and hey, can you do a show? And we're like, yeah, sure, yeah, we can definitely do it. And we did the first shows at this year's Ottawa Comic-Con. And we did one Star Wars show, and we actually branched out a bit, and we did one Star Trek show as well. And we thought it was going to, fill up all right, but it ended up being standing room only, which kind of surprised us. We were like, this lineup is all for us. It was pretty cool.
Excellent.
So it worked out very, very well. And we've sort of become the geek improv troupe of the city. Like nobody else really. I mean, they might have aspects of it in their oh sure, Darth Vader may show up or whatever, but we really are concentrating a little bit more on that. And so we are doing one set of geek improv. I think it's mostly Star Wars that I think we're doing on Saturday at Montreal Comic-Con. And we are also doing a vocal aspect, a singing aspect, doing some of our Twisted Tunes, our song parodies that we have for the concert on Saturday night as well.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, I understand that you are also performing along with one of our past guests in the Titties for Kitties 2.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Well, we've been sort of branching out a little bit. Taya and I have created personas for ourselves because we love anything that's old-fashioned, anything that's retro. And with this resurgence of vaudeville and cabaret and burlesque and everything, it's just so cool. And there's so many shows going on, and we'd love to be a part of that. So we decided that we'd start branching out a little bit. And Taya loves singing, and she hasn't had an opportunity to sing as much. So we approached one of the burlesque acts, and we asked them if we could come and create this character that Taya could come out and sing for them. And that was at the Hoser Burlesque, which took place at the Gladstone Theatre, which was all Canadian-based burlesque. Mm-hmm. So they wanted very Canadian themes. Yeah. So Taya sang a song that was done by Alana Miles, which is a Canadian artist. Yeah. And she gave some trivia during her song of when Elvis came to Ottawa, because the song's about Elvis and the things that happened when he came here. And it was the 50s?
Yep.
Yeah, when he came.
57, I think. And I think it was like April 3rd. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I think the members of Parliament didn't show up.
No, it was like 2/3 of Parliament didn't show up for that session's that seating that night because they were all at the Elvis
they went to
concert.
The Elvis concert, yeah.
Oh, that's star power.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. So we had a lot of fun with that. So we decided that we wanted to do more of that, and we wanted to do more of Taya performing. And then I love acting out things, so we're going to do different songs where Taya sings them, and then I sort of perform, or we play characters in them. We did another show for Wonder Geeks Activate, where they had a show, and
it was Halloween in July.
Oh, nice.
So Taya and I sang
Time Warp
from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we had a crazy quick change because Taya was playing both Columbia and Magenta as well. So and I got to be
and we're keeping our act under wraps for Titties for Kitties because it's a very famous song about a cat, but that's all I'm gonna say. But it's gonna be it's gonna be pretty funny.
I had a hard
I
time
think-
choosing though. There's a lot of songs.
Yeah,
where
there's some good
it'd
stuff
be
out
like
there.
Eye of the Tiger or something.
Yeah.
You know, like there's all these different ones that we could have done.
Yeah, and we're doing another one, Let's Get Animated at the end of the month as well, which is, I think, on the last Tuesday. And we're doing an animated theme one. Again, we're trying to keep them under wraps because we want it to be a little bit of a surprise.
You don't want to give away too much.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, so Taya's persona for that is her name is Critical Miss. And Critical Miss performs with Retro Jode.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we have kind of a fun thing going
That's
on.
awesome.
Yeah,
We've set
and
up a
it's
page
sort
and
of
stuff.
we've set up a page because it's Critical Miss and Retro Jode's cosplay and cabaret.
Nice.
So because we're doing cabaret stuff, but we're also because we're big cosplayers, so like going to conventions in costume and acting it up because we're both actors, it makes it that much more entertaining for us that we're actually, you know, these characters that we're playing. So we decided to just make it all encompassing in our page to have that. So
For sure, that's really awesome.
So you're constantly coming up with some really creative stuff. I have a list here of for example, you do Twisted Tunes, bi-sci-fi show, Star Wars theme shows, Star Trek theme shows. You're constantly evolving your menu of offerings,
Oh,
I guess,
yeah.
to the public. How do you guys come up with this stuff?
I-
What kind of crazy world you guys live in?
well,
usually it's at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great! This is a great idea.
Dead of night, a couple
I
cups
don't-
of
Yeah,
coffee.
pretty much.
stuff I would love to see. You know, I'm
Okay.
like, well, I've never seen something like this happen. I want to see this. I want to check this out. I want to do this. Yeah, so there's like all kinds of different things
And we
like
like
that.
to enjoy ourselves and stuff. And I mean, the acting time in Ottawa has been a lot slower lately, you know, so we're trying to create places where we can perform, you know, because
Right.
it's a lot smaller and there's not as much budget out there, and it's, you know, so it's nice to be able to go out and be able to perform for Titties for Kitties and then, you know, Let's Get Animated, and, you know, it's nice to be able to go out there and then have people go, wow, that was really awesome, it was really fun, it was really cool, you know, as opposed to just sitting at home and going, okay, wow, I wish I was performing something right now, you
It's
know.
also
So
fun
For
to
sure.
be a part of these things, to
Yeah.
go to these things and be in the show and be a part of it. But then when your act isn't on, sit down and watch all the other great
Oh, it's
entertainment that's
great.
going on that
Yeah.
night, you know? So it's
It's
like,
really
it's very
great.
fun, you know?
yeah,
So I guess that inspires you as well when you're
Oh,
involved in all
yeah.
these different activities.
for
because,
sure.
you know, that's where you draw it all from. And I understand what you're saying. You have to keep it fresh. You have to keep it new, because if you want people to keep coming,
Of
you can't
course.
keep offering them the same show every
No.
single time. So,
Exactly.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So, being our guests this week, we understand you have a contest for our viewers and maybe a lovely prize pack to go along with that.
Yes, well, maybe we can introduce a little bit because it has to do, like, with the prize that goes along with it. It has to do with our big Halloween party that we have every year.
Yes,
Right.
tell us about that.
And it's called the Heroes and Villains Party this year. It's our 11th party,
Congratulations.
and it's a. I guess we are saying.
Yeah,
Theme,
by
right?
this time the theme will be announced. Yes,
That's right.
by this
That's
time.
right. So it's actually a Doctor Who theme. So
Oh,
it's
cool.
it's Heroes and Villains 11th. So it's like an 11th Doctor kind of thing, and it's the party in the TARDIS.
Nice.
So we were working on crazy prize packs for, you know, costumes. People go all out for this costume because it's the biggest geek Halloween party that's been around for a long, long time.
Originally, we created the costuming party because of the fact that people would go to other Halloween parties and they'd be dressed as, you know,
Captain Atom.
Captain Atom or Power Girl, and people would be like, who are you supposed to be? And they'd have no idea. But like this party, you can come and everyone will be like, oh, wow, that's the most awesome original Green Lantern Hal Jordan costume, or they'll know exactly who you are. So that's
yeah,
why
it's
we
like a
created
mini
it.
con,
It
basically.
is,
And
yeah.
last year we had the most amount of prizes, and so I want to be able to meet that this year. So I've got lots of plans on that. So part of the prize pack for our challenge will be 2 tickets to the Heroes and Villains party, and it's on November 1st. So the day after Halloween, Friday, November 1st.
And
Okay.
the tickets
Cool.
will actually be on sale at the comic book shop as well
Yes.
on Bank Street. So.
Yes.
So our challenge to people is, Tay and I love costuming, and we believe that we can't stand it when people say, oh, I don't have money to make a costume. Anybody can make a costume. You can go to Value Village, you can go to Salvation Army, you can pick up $20 and stuff and throw something together.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
possible.
Totally.
So our challenge is for people to send in a photo of themselves just the way they normally look, and then another photo of themselves with stuff just in their home to completely disguise themselves.
So before and
Yeah.
after.
So they can put on a hat, they can put on glasses, they can put on scarves, they can put on whatever they want to make
frying
themselves
pan.
look. Frying pan. Yeah. Turkey basters. Go to the garage and put a garbage can lid as a shield. Make a Spartan costume if you want. You know, take a towel as a loincloth. Whatever you want to do. All right. So this is the thing, and we want people to,
Think outside the box about stuff that you have in your home. We do that a lot. We borrow and steal from other costumes to build other costumes when we're going to conventions.
Yeah, of course.
You know, when we buy wigs, it's like, okay, this wig could go for this costume, this costume, this costume. You know, it all works out. Oh, I have a hat that works. Okay, I'll take that hat. You know,
Cool.
it's a fun challenge to be able to do that. And then we also have
Definitely.
another little bit of prize with
Yes. One of the other things we do is sometimes we set up booths at conventions to sell stuff. And Taya and I run a small company called Retro Jodes, where we find things for people, toys that they're looking for, nostalgia, lost nostalgia, and we try and track down. We got lots of contacts. You know, it's always
Excellent.
like, I know a guy, and I can find this for you. I know
That's really
somebody
awesome.
who has it. So we're going to give a prize pack from Retro Jodes as well. So that may include some very cool retro 80s toys. You know, a Rubik's Cube. You never know, Cracker Jacks, some old fashion things that will be in that prize pack as well. So 2 tickets to
That's
the Heroes and
awesome.
Villains party and a Retro Jodes prize pack.
All right, and the challenge again is, once again, you need to create a costume. So we want a picture
Yes.
of you before
before.
and then after.
And then
you have
after
to-
with things only from your house to disguise yourself.
Okay.
Awesome.
And where would they send these photos?
You can send your photos to contests at mjmepics.com.
All right, excellent. Listen, well, you guys are so busy. You're all over the place, and obviously people want to keep track of what you're doing, where you're going, all that kind of stuff. So what is your contact information? How would you like
Okay.
people to
Where can we find
to
you?
keep up with you?
I've only just started most of these just recently. Okay, so on Twitter we have 2. On Twitter we have at Crystal Basement. So that's as
Just
exactly
the way it
how it sounds, Crystal Basement. And the other one is at Harley Quinn Babe. So HarleyQuinnBabe. And then we also have a page on Facebook, which is, I believe you do the Facebook and then / Critical Miss and Retro Jode. So that's our cosplay and cabaret page. We also do have a page for Retro Jode. So if you're looking for toys or that nostalgia and everything like that, feel free to give that page a like and, throw it up on there and we'll try, or send us a message and we'll try and find it for you. And we also have one last page, which is the Retro Jode's Heroes and Villains costume page, which is mainly to help promote the party, but also put up pictures of things that you're working on, costumes that you're working on, that sort of thing. So
That's a great community too if you are working on a costume to just throw up. I have no idea where to buy devil horns. Where do I buy them?
Okay.
Throw that on there.
Somebody will
5
answer.
people will answer you in like 30 seconds and be like, yeah, I get them here. Yeah, it works really well.
Great.
yeah.
Excellent.
Well,
Excellent.
Thank you for coming in, Taya and Jody.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed you, and hopefully we'll see you. Maybe we'll come out to your Heroes and Villains party. That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be
Absolutely.
awesome.
Awesome.
We should take pictures and we should submit and we should win the tickets. I think
Definitely.
I think
You
that's
and
what we
I,
should-
we'll
exactly.
get the tickets.
Exactly. We should go to the party. Thank you very much for coming out. And listen, best of luck in Montreal. I understand you're packing tonight and you're leaving tomorrow for ComicCon.
Yep.
Yeah.
gonna
Oh
be-
my God, it's tonight, eh?
It is tonight.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes. We're packing tonight.
We'll let you get to that.
All right. Thanks very much for coming
Thanks
in.
again.
And next
Stay
up.
tuned.
Oh, go ahead. After you.
Stay tuned for the Crystal Basement. Or sorry, that was the Crystal Basement. Stay tuned for the Love Machine.